Enola proved she was brave and smart. Her detective skills were almost as good as Sherlock's. After finally making a missing person case, would uncover a massive conspiracy, and it was also connected to Sherlock's latest case. Under London's thick fog, a dangerous investigator even more suspicious. That night, Enola followed May to a theater. She discovered that May worked there as a dancer. Enola waited for the right moment, then slipped backstage into the dressing room. There she found the same makeup Sarah used. But before she could investigate further, May suddenly appeared behind her and held a knife to her neck. Luckily, the theater owner Pat, who had broken into the treasury and stolen classified documents. Enola showed Sherlock the love letter. Sherlock immediately spotted the hidden address. He went straight to the house and found a top hat inside. The two cases were finally connected. Sherlock realized the money laundering operation started at the match factory, and Enola finally understood. March 12th was not a date at all. It was the place where Sarah first met the mysterious man named William. To uncover more clues, Enola disguised herself as a dancer that night and secretly slipped into a fancy ball. But there was one problem. She had no idea how to dance. So she found Tewkesbury and quickly learned the party. Enola asked William to dance. Before they started, she secretly compared his signature with the one on the letter and confirmed that William was Sarah's mysterious lover. On the dance floor, Enola casually brought up Sarah's name. William immediately panicked and cleared. The women moved together with perfect coordination. They were all prisoners because they had taken part in the women's rights movement, and they were all members of Edith's secret fighting club. Meanwhile, the escape carriage was already speeding away. Eudoria's homemade explosives suddenly went off, throwing the police chasing them into chaos. Their mother used the opportunity to help Enola put the clues back together, but Inspector Grail soon caught up with them. He ignored every rule and fired his gun at them. Edith quickly swerved the carriage, then seized the carriage. The impact sent the carriage crashing over. Grail suddenly realized something important. She asked Bessie when the match heads had changed from red to white. Enola instantly understood. The factory only started its inspections after switching from red phosphorus to white phosphorus. The truth finally came out. To cut costs, the factory owner had replaced red phosphorus with much cheaper white phosphorus. It also made the matches easier to light, which increased profits. But long-term exposure to white phosphorus was actually built on the suffering of countless women. Enola rushed to find Tewkesbury to confirm her theory, but when she arrived, she saw Cecily from the ball talking to him. Worried that Enola might misunderstand, Tewkesbury quickly sent Cecily away. That Cecily had worn at the ball. It looked exactly like the costume she had seen backstage at the theater. And at the ball, Cecily had kept finding excuses to get close to Tewkesbury. Enola suddenly connected all the clues and came up with a bold theory. Cecily was actually Sarah, and William and Sarah. That night William had asked Enola to meet him at the library. He must have been planning to tell her the truth, but William never realized the bearded inspector was already following him. Enola had no time for romance. She and Tewkesbury went looking for William that night, but they unexpectedly ran into Sherlock. They soon confirmed William was the man who had broken into the treasury and stolen the classified documents. But by the time they arrived, William had already been killed. He was still tightly holding a small note. When they combined it with the sheet music from May, it turned out to be a map of the theater. The three of them immediately rushed to the theater and found the evidence under a seat on the top floor. Then Sarah finally appeared. She was the one who had stolen the list of workers poisoned by white phosphorus. But before they could leave, Inspector Grail suddenly showed up with Bessie. Bessie took advantage of the moment and bit him. Everyone used the opening to fight back. Grail knocked Enola to the ground, trying to take the evidence. But just as he reached for it, Enola suddenly rolled away, and the whole situation changed. The real mastermind was finally about to appear. The Treasury Minister planned to arrest Sarah for blackmail, but he had no idea Sherlock had planned everything from the start. Sherlock deliberately lured the minister there because he wanted to expose the person behind it all. This man had incredible accounting skills. He had stayed hidden behind the entire operation, while quietly profiting from it. His name was Moriarty, the Treasury Minister's own secretary. The minister refused to minister between business and government. But in the chaos, the Treasury Minister suddenly burned the list of dead workers. The most important evidence was gone. But Sarah refused to give up. She stood up and told the workers the truth. The women stayed silent. They were terrified. They knew what would happen if they challenged powerful people. Sarah understood why they were afraid, but she also knew their only real strength was standing together. This scene was inspired by a real event. In 1888, female workers at the Bryant and May match factory in London went on strike. Many workers had suffered serious illnesses. After years, it exposed the factory's terrible conditions and was quickly fired. After that, more than 1,000 women joined the strike. The factory was eventually forced to make changes, and an early women's union was formed in Britain. In the end, Enola and Tewkesbury finally made their relationship official, and Sherlock's apartment was about to welcome an unexpected visitor.